Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate, Uncut and After Show. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. If you'd like to join the community debate, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum. Now, we're currently in the interim stages between two live debates, so I'm going to pass over to the Google Plus Hangouts on air, and you can enjoy the dulcet tones of whoever is in there while I set up for the next live show.
Tender clowns. Never thought I'd say it, but yeah, that's literally what you're doing right now, and we're not buying it. It's not funny, even though you're acting like you're having a good time. It's just really embarrassing.
Thank you. That was a great evidence for Flat Earth. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, people can jump in different type of shows. Yeah, I see. I thank you, Nathan. You got an open panel, and I'm able to come in and participate a little bit. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I have an all is welcome policy. All is welcome. All are welcome.
Many people invite you to other channels. I mean, you don't want to leave this because you feel comfortable, but it's okay. I don't blame you.
No, I've been to plenty of people's channels. Most recently, I was on, was it Snack to the Future? I think he was called, or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, something like that. I forget. But occasionally I will go on other people's channels. Ultimately, I'm here to build up my own YouTube channel. So, yeah, when people ask me to debate on other platforms, it doesn't really appeal on account of the fact that I'm building up my own debate platform. So, yeah, that doesn't really appeal. I do occasionally do it, though. And previously, did it quite a lot before I had my own debate platform with an open link to the public daily.
I heard a little bird told me they've been sending you Hangout links when there's a live show going and you never click on it. Aww.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not that interested. There's nothing to entice that when I have an open link to the public published daily. Why would I ever want to go elsewhere? I've done that, been there, got the t-shirt. How much time do you spend on other people's channels now, Jose? Is it just here to plug your channel?
I go to some random people in the afternoons when I'm on break from work. I go at noon for 10-15 minutes. And when I get off work, I get off at 11:30 p.m. my time. Like at midnight, 1 in the morning, I jump in if there's any open hangout for like an hour or whatever to chill.
Cool. What percentage of the time spent on those shows is plugging yours?
0. I just go to debate as a flat earther lately, the last few days.
Oh, as a flat earther?
Yep.
Why?
Because I love it. As I say, and I meant when I say I like to dig into the people's brains and try to find out what they believe and what is true, what can be evidence with evidence, and what can be just a belief and parroting the mainstream BS.
Oh, the evidence. Is that scientific evidence? Because you said before about the bullshit scientific method. I heard you say that.
Yeah, but this persona, Flatter Jose, don't argue any type of scientific evidence. I go more of an abstract approach on belief versus reality.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If If you'd like to join the community debate, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a PayPal, Patreon, and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now, we are joined by Arwin, Ranty Flat Earth, Jose JG Soundly Sayar Gonzalez, Paul Flatzoid, and 10th Man. We're also joined by a whole bunch of Discord people, so hello to everyone in the Discord server, and hello to you all in the live audience.
Good afternoon.
I don't think we're live though, are we?
You got the wrong person. This is Flat Earth Jose. Boom. Happy Sunday, everybody.
I'm pretty sure we're not live.
There's a couple of clicks I do, but don't worry, Ranty, it is live, I promise.
Yeah, I don't see you on YouTube.
Yeah, happy Sunday. I hope you all are all on church and listening to the show on your headphones. Thank you. That's Sunday.
I see him now. Nathan Oakley.
Ye have little faith, Ranty, ye have little faith. Any signs of Earth curvature?
No.
No.
Wow.
What?
Okay, there's no curve, I get it. Any signs of axial rotation?
No.
There's got to be some ballers in the
no.
Discord server. Come on. Where's the Discord server, people?
What's axial rotation? What do you mean?
Earth spinning on an axis.
What does that mean?
What does Earth spinning on an axis mean?
Yeah.
It means a spherical Earth twirling around on an axis. I don't know how to be more descriptive than that.
Okay. I'm just trying to sort of like visualize this concept. So we have bodies of water on a ball, and it's supposed to be spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and it's tilted as well. Is that what you're asking me?
I'm asking for any evidence of it, but you know, you can present what you like. Have you got some evidence of axial rotation, Ranty? Is that what you're driving at here?
I'm just trying to sort of like visualize it, and I can't do that. So essentially, I'm going to have to say no, Nathan. I don't think there is any evidence of such a ludicrous claim.
Oh, you guys, you get my hopes up. There was me thinking you might have some axial rotation of the Earth-based variety to demonstrate. Oh well, never mind. Any evidence that you can have gas pressure without the necessary antecedent of a container to press upon?
No.
No.
Jose has.
Who has?
Jose?
No, he doesn't.
Oh yeah, I got a picture. I don't have it right now, but there's a picture of gas pressure next to a vacuum. Gas spray, hairspray next to a vacuum cleaner. Thank you.
Still in a container?
He's missed that. It must have got lost in translation. Without a container. That's two containers. Oh
no, I don't have none of that.
Okay, no worries. Any evidence the distance? Go on, Paul.
We need to define what vacuum is. He's saying vacuum cleaner is very different than a vacuum.
Got the definition of force on.
Yeah, I made it in the chat. I typed something in the chat. I put, hi, I'm new here.
Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
My goodness.
Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
No.
Oh, I've got the salt flats up, and it's just reminded me that one of the windows that's covered up is Skype. I'm really sorry, I didn't introduce Quantum Eraser. Sorry, John.
That's no worries, man.
I saw the salt flats and I was like, oh, that's Quantum Eraser's icon, isn't it? Oh, yeah! Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
What about evidence of R, the R value, Earth radius? Any evidence of that?
None.
Any
Bummer.
sign of a molten iron core at the center of a presupposed spherical Earth?
No signs. No. I've been asking. I'm really holding out hope that someone will come up with some evidence that self-perpetuating molten iron core at the centre of that presupposed spherical Earth. But so far, alas,
even the
Ranty, none.
official pseudosciences keep on trying to update what's supposedly down there. So they are changing their mind even in the last few months. So they're still not clear on what the presupposition is supposed to be exactly.
I'll stay for the housekeeping and then I'll go away.
There's only one more. Any scientific evidence of gravity?
There's no evidence of gravity, but you can think of evidence of gravity as if there is one.
Never gets old. Never gets old.
Wow. Finally,
That can-
said
Very
something
easy
true.
to presuppose, though.
Yeah, it certainly is easy to presuppose something existing. I can presuppose unicorns. That concludes the housekeeping. Thank you very much. No.
Bye, Jose.
Keep your promise. Bye.
Bye.
You guys want me to go away? Why?
Well, you just said that
I'll
you're going
answer
to
that.
leave after housekeeping.
No, that's not why. Well, if I'm honest, because you don't want to have any baller arguments. I mean, I'm literally going to the Discord server now to see who's in there and see if anybody's like responsive when we ask for ballers, but everyone's very tentative, including you.
Oh, I'm new here. I'm a placeholder.
That's
You were,
a good
you were
example,
happy.
yeah.
It happened once, but you're not happy now? What?
That's a good example. Yeah. You don't want to play.
This is a game? I thought this was serious, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, get out of here. Come
You're
on.
a terrible actor. Boo.
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 Bye.
I love it.
Bye.
All are welcome. If Jose wants to stay, he can. He's very welcome here to plug his show endlessly.
Well, let him stay.
I don't have a channel. The fish guy is just, I just interact on YouTube, but I don't have a channel.
Hey, Jose, if you're going to stay, answer some of my questions. You ready?
Yeah. I can stay 5
Great.
more minutes.
Oh, wait a minute. So you got 5 more minutes. What's the hurry?
Oh, I gotta be somewhere.
Oh, okay. So, what's your proof for gravity?
Oh, there's no proof of gravity, man.
Okay. So, is there any rotation to the Earth?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Do you see any curvature when you look out your window?
I see trees, I see mountains, and I know. No, I say no.
Okay. How about something in the middle of this ball Earth? The molten iron core. Have you ever seen that, or is there any proof of that?
Not that I know of.
Okay. How about the R value? Is there any way we can get the radius of this Earth?
I have no idea. I haven't even attempted to look into that.
Great. How about any measurable distance to the sun?
Don't know that. Don't have a measuring tape long enough.
Good answer. Okay, last one. Any evidence you can have gas pressure without the antecedent of a container?
Not that I know of. What is antecedent?
Look it up. You got a dictionary?
Yeah, no, I hate looking for definitions. But thanks anyway.
Well, thanks for answering those questions. As Jose.
Yeah, Jose flattered flip-flop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mental illness, flip-flop. Thank you.
What is it with these globers and changing personalities? We've got baldy cats and conspiracy cats. They're supposed to be brothers. I mean, come on.
What?
Yeah. Baldy cats is supposed to be conspiracy cat's brother.
So an antecedent, just to read out the definition. Someone or something existing or happening before, especially as the cause or origin of something existing or happening later.
Can you give an analogy or example? Not
Sure.
using this one about the gas pressure, but a different analogy.
Yeah, I can give you an antecedent consequent relationship. Gas pressure and container.
Yeah, but a different analogy so I can understand. No, not necessarily with
I
gas
got
pressure.
one. I got one for you. Ribeye. I got one for him. Ribeye cow.
Okay. Even though I seen there's ribeye made of vegetables and fruits for the veggie people.
Really? You got a
So there's an
veggie
alternative.
ribeye?
Yeah, there's an alternative for real. I see that shit is real.
Sure, you can go on forever.
So if I want to go to any kind of debate versus a bowler or whatever, I'm pretty new here. So is there at least one or two evidences of flat Earth that you can give me so I can present something that anybody can do, please?
Yeah, look out your window.
But as I say, I see plants and I don't see nothing. I mean, nothing is gonna give me nothing. I see plants.
Plants can be flat.
Yeah, that's weak. Look outside the window, it's weak. For real. I mean, they will obliterate me if I
look up, Jose.
Yeah, look out
Look up.
towards the horizon on a clear day. There you go. See a very, very long way. You've got these magical thing called zoom cameras, which the Jose guy's got one.
What if I see something getting obstructed from the bottom up and it's like very clear and there's no any distortion or any kind of mirror effect?
Yeah,
so nothing like that. It's like super clear and I zoom in and I see very big ass obstruction from the bottom up. Is that flat Earth
Yeah,
evidence?
refraction.
So
it's
that's
called
flat Earth evidence.
Yeah, refraction. It's called sinking. Didn't you ever hear that before?
I
think I heard Glim mentioning sinking, but I haven't researched that term yet.
Sure. I mean, what we've decided, I mean, we haven't discussed this with Google yet, but what we've decided we might incorporate into the zero drop example that Google Earth is if there's ever anything that shows what you've described, where there's this perceived bottom-up obstruction, we want them to incorporate this like sliding scale of sinking that will arbitrarily be applied under any circumstances that we choose to that model. I mean, it hasn't been incorporated yet. It's hopefully in the pipeline. Obviously, Google pending, but yeah. So that's the plan, and it doesn't actually require you to gather any data. You don't have to go and measure the sea temperature or the air temperature or any temperature. You just slide the little scale, and it'll sync it as much as you like to match up with whatever you want. Really, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that slidey scale thing is awesome. I mean, it proves how flat things is.
Right, and if they're not sinking, and if if there's a lot of sinking, it's got a special term. Do you know what that special term is? I'll tell you. Super sinking.
I heard super looming.
No. That's the antithesis, my friend. No, not super looming. Okay. Super sinking. There's other variants of sinking. There's slightly sinking.
But I heard, what if I see something very far away and I appear to see the whole thing down to the beach, and somebody tell me that's super looming? How can I answer that? How can I fight against that?
It's 6-7F. 6/7F.
No, there is no F. You don't need to apply anything. Well, you don't need to apply anything. So the idea that we have to apply F is just non-existent. You just see something, it's there, and you see it. The assumption that it's there because it's looming, well, that's not entirely necessary if you just see it. So seeing something and then accounting for seeing it is kind of redundant. You don't need to do that, Jose. I mean, I know there's a lot of fundies that we talk to that when we see a building, they go, no, that's not a building. That's a slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena holographic projection of the building from beyond the Earth curve that we assume in our reification fallacy model. But no, when we just see a building, we don't need to account for anything.
Well, thank you very much. I got look outside your window, and sinking as an explanation for things disappearing from the bottom up. I might be back, whenever I'm available, jump in for a few minutes, maybe looking for more evidence so I can add it up in a little list and I can bring it to the debates when I face the Glovers. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. But for the audience's benefit, there's just one thing, though. In that instance, it was just one thing sinking. There was no reification of any model attached to that. There was no F being applied. Just the word sinking was stated. Nothing else. There wasn't a mathematical equation based on a sun assumed to be a given distance traversing the outside edge of a sphere that you presuppose. There was none of that going on before we just said sinking. It was just sinking. That was all.
Okay. I was looking for a catchphrase for me to say, and I think I found one. All right.
Oh, we got some more. Hey, no, don't go anywhere. I
got something to do.
He did say that.
Wow.
Still stay.
Now we want him to stay.
Sparrow missile.
Just when he started to get fun. Oh well, it was good having you.
My catchphrase is wham. All right, thank you. I'm out. Wham.
Thank you for coming, Jose
really
JG. Let me plug him. Jose JG Gonzalez. Subscribe today.
Yeah, when pigs fly.
Never happened on my end.
So, what about the Discord server? Don't be shy.
Any ballers in there?
That's kind of what I'm asking. I don't know any of them, so I have no idea of any of their affiliation to ball or flat.
Let me go in there and look. Hold on.
We're coming in for you, ballers.
Nathan.
Yes.
I got a nice subscription today. Somebody subscribed to me. 550,000 subscribers he has, and he's a conspiracy. He's into all kinds of conspiracies about moon landings and all that kind of stuff. I think I might fire him an email and just say, I wonder why you subscribe to my channel.
Well, hold on. Why would you ask him that? He'd subscribe to you because you're awesome.
Well, yeah, no. But maybe he might want to do a video on Flat Earth.
Ask him that then. Do you want to do a video on Flat Earth, mate? You've got 500,000 subscribers. Let me have some of that.
It would be quite.
Maybe he'll decide to come on.
Yeah.
Yep, you got 6 ballers in Discord by my count, probably more.
Yeah, I sent you the link, Nathan, in Skype. The name of the channel is called SGT Report.
SGD Report. Let's have a look.
SGT Report.
SGT Report.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a little look at you. SGD Report. No idea what he does. Right, you've told me vaguely, but I'll subscribe. I'll give him a subscription. I'll check him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subscribe today.
Everyone should head over there and subscribe to him.
Question: which of these brands would you consider purchasing? I don't know any of those. Right, let's have a look at him. Nice graphics. Please subscribe. I did already. I'll even give you a thumbs up, mate. What more do you want? Right, let's get a link.
What is money anyway?
Yep, thank you very much. Get rid of this. There you go. I've stuck his link in the live chat, so you can all check him out too.
Like I said, we have 6 ballers at a minimum inside Discord, so.
I got a question for a baller, if they can hear me. I've been thinking about this. Been flopping on definitions on my screen. I don't know if you can see it, but if gravity is a so-called force, and if I read this right, something's got to be in motion or some kind of action's got to be occurring. If something is at rest, how is a force applied in that scenario if something is at rest? Maybe a baller can answer that.
Thanks for the plug. Ballbusters Saturday. Gravity.
Yeah,
Be there.
I told myself, like, when you remind yourself 3 times before you do something, plug Ballbusters, plug Ballbusters. I did that before the show, right? And then when the show got going, I didn't plug it. This show, oh no, it's live now. So yeah, if you're watching this live, go and check out Ballbusters that aired yesterday. If you're watching this on the main channel, which is the majority of you. Anyway, yeah, if you're in the live chat, those 128 people, check out Ballbusters tomorrow.
John, I got a question. What the hell is gravity?
That's a damn good question.
Why is literally nobody talking in the Discord server though? What's that all about?
Some ballers are muted.
Some ballers are muted. Who's muted? Do you know?
Sonic and Unicorn Laser Eyes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll take them off. Hold on.
my bad. They were lower than I could see.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Sorry, that's my bad too. I'm just getting used to this.
I would like to play Who's Your Fallacy again.
You want to play What's My Fallacy? Planner Walk's not here. I can't see him.
Oh,
no, he's not in.
damn.
Sorry.
But I'm sure any baller will play that.
What's My Fallacy?
Yep.
Everyone's off mute in Discord.
Well, we've
Someone
had
just,
right.
someone just sent me an email with an observation from Greece.
Cool.
It looks ace, but the problem is it's unlisted, so I don't know whether he wants me to play it. I would love to play it. I mean, it's fantastic, but I'm going to respect him and not release it or show it until, you know, he gets back to me. Because I did respond to him. It's pretty ace.
Yeah, they definitely can talk in Discord though, eh? Because Right the Hand was in there.
Aren't they talking to themselves?
Yeah, that was someone in Discord, I think, that just spoke, so yeah. No,
Yeah, they're all good.
Cool. Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, they don't want to say anything. They got nothing.
No, that's fine, so long as I know it's not an audio issue, that's what I was checking. That was me thinking, you see all these stacks of people in Discord, wow, that'll stimulate a lot of Ball Earth conversation.
They'll get going after the show.
After the show?
Yeah,
That's useful.
They're afraid of you. Yep. Always. Always. You'll come here like 2 hours after the show ended. There's your every ballers now they found the courage to argue the case.
Yeah, it's like when a shy guy wants to talk to a girl, says everything he can. As soon as he gets to her, he's like, when she's gone, and it's like, yeah. How's it going, babe?
Amazing. Well, fair enough.
Here we are. One big happy family. Are we all getting along this morning? Or afternoon or evening, wherever you are?
We are? Who's this? Who is this? Hello?
Who is this?
Who is this?
I'm so glad we have a live show for things like this. Moments like this that make my job worthwhile.
You know, let's talk about a mole and mass.
Good subject.
Can you hear anyone?
Let's talk
in the
about
panel?
forces. Let's talk about force pairs. Let's talk about Earth curvature.
Is there anyone in the panel here?
Yeah, we can hear.
No, I'm asking the guy in Discord.
What was the question again?
He can hear you, Owen.
Okay.
Owen, I can hear you. Go ahead.
No, because you were just like talking through people and stuff, but you go ahead.
There was a silence and someone wanted to hear someone talk, so I spoke.
Do you have any scientific evidence for your spinning ball religion?
Oh, we have all sorts of scientific evidence for the spinning ball.
That's what I'm talking about. What is it?
Well, the best evidence that I can provide you is just curve drop of the horizon, drop of things in the distance, and it's not refraction. Because if you want to talk about refraction, all you have to do is give me the refraction for a standard day at a particular distance, and we'll see if it correlates out to the tests.
Okay.
Forgive me, but didn't I just say, do you have any scientific evidence for your spinning ball religion? Didn't I just say that?
You did. Now, scientific evidence can be as basic as an observation or as complicated as your scientific.
No. Scientific evidence do not be just an observation. It has to follow the scientific method. That means observe phenomenon, alternative hypothesis, identification of the independent and dependent variable, then experiment.
Yeah, you've done your Google work. Good for you. But it's a little more. It can be a little more
Google
simple.
work. That's a genetic fallacy.
Okay, so saying that a conceptual location drops isn't really scientific evidence, is the point.
I don't know what that exactly was, but yes, if you have
the horizon,
specific
location, the horizon drops.
Let's not talk about horizon because you're probably going to defend that by refraction.
You did.
Sorry, mirages and other things. Let's talk about actual positions on the surface of the Earth that we can actually validate and verify.
No worries. What is the horizon? What's the horizon? What's the horizon?
Scientific proof requires causation, not correlations.
That's right. Hey, Nathan, the question was scientific evidence. We can get to the horizon right after that. Scientific evidence of your spinning ball religion.
You put a picture up on the. Are you guys on the Discord server, or are you only on your?
Oh my
YouTube?
God!
Sanic said yesterday that science doesn't prove things.
I didn't say it didn't prove things. I said it.
Wow.
I said it's about.
He said that yesterday.
I said, don't mistake my words. I said it's about evidence, not proofs.
Evidence is proof.
You said science doesn't prove things.
Hold on a second. You didn't watch last night's show?
Of course.
Right. Where I showed systematically, step by step, where proof is evidence and evidence is proof.
Okay.
Right?
Science does prove things. It proves or disproves your hypothesis.
Correct. It's the whole reason there's science.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when I make evidence, when I create evidence, show you evidence for something, I can use the scientific method for that very easily.
Well, it depends what you're trying to prove, but yeah, you can prove cause.
We can. Hold on a second.
If you want to prove causation, then yes, you'd apply the scientific method.
Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
I got a definition of proof on the screen.
Okay, I'm back. So if I have a location that I know, and I go have another location, I know the distance between them, and then I go up in altitude or elevation. We can talk about that too. And then I can just simply use trigonometry. And
yeah, we can. You clown.
Why is that?
Please provide. The question was, do you have one shred of any scientific evidence for your spinning ball religion? And you said yes. So can you please provide it?
You said spinning and you said ball. Those are two aspects and properties of our discussion. So I'm talking about the curve part. We can go into the spinning part later. Let's walk before we can run. Let's walk before we can run here.
So, okay, so we're not talking about spinning, fine. You want to focus on ball bit. Okay. Have you got any scientific evidence of your ball?
Yes, we do.
Okay, wait one, please. Nathan, I'll go ahead and share my screen. Just another thing you have to do for the audience. Share screen. We're going to make him a star. All right.
Oh, here comes a tag.
A toe tag?
Natural phenomena observed, please.
Gotta be good.
Surface drop.
Surface drop. All right. That you
Sure,
understand
sure.
that that's your dependent variable, right?
It's my dependent variable, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait one. Surface drop. Okay. What is your independent variable for surface drop?
Distance between 2 points on the surface.
Oh my god. Between 2 points. Okay, that means your hypothesis is distance between 2 points causes surface drop.
Ooh.
Correct.
Correct?
Well, he's right. It's not curve. It's distance. The further away you get, the more something appears to get obscured. Congratulations, Zanuck. You figured it out. The cause is distance. The cause is distance. You're right.
And watch how he's about to tell you you're wrong.
This sounds like you're creating a hypothesis for sinkholes.
Hold on, all we've done is written down what he said so far, and everyone else is now
We
speaking.
can that's why when you do scientific method, you can narrow things down. Right now we're going very basic. Distance between 2 points, the shortest is a straight line. So we could have an angle of a slope, or we could have a curve. We have to dig in a little deeper, right?
But you don't have straight lines on a ball. The shortest distance is a curved line.
Hold on.
Correct.
Right. What's this observed phenomena? What's surface drop?
The angle at which that surface will be below horizontal.
That's a phenomena. You think that's a phenomena?
It's a property. It's a characteristic. It's a phenomena. It could be whatever you want to call it.
It's geometry, not science.
Geometry is not part of science.
So where do I observe that natural? Where do I observe it then? Where do I observe that natural phenomena?
Anywhere on the surface of this planet. Anywhere. Mainly on water. It's hard to detect on land because of the inconsistencies of the surface. But if on water, we can detect curve in water, over water, or over land as well if we don't use the land.
Hold on, what are you talking about? I don't want suppositions of curve. I'm just trying to figure out what surface drop you're talking about.
Talk about the angle that a horizontal line will appear to drop at a distance.
Angle? Wait. Angle and surface? Where do you get angles in nature?
Well, you have your pride and joy. The water is level, and you have things that are straight up. There's an angle of 90 degrees. Vertical,
I'm sorry. I don't observe angles. What's an angle made of? Can you give me
something straight up or goes down? Wait, hold on.
Give me the chemical formula,
up,
structure, charge, mass, momentum, or spin of an angle?
What was that rattled off you just said?
I said, can you please give me, because we're in reality now, we're in nature. So we're observing a natural phenomenon. So you're saying surface drop, right? So you're seeing a surface drop. Number one, that's not a phenomenon. It's a concrete noun. That's the first problem.
It's an observation. No, it's an observation. Surface drop with distance.
Well, the first step in the scientific method is observe. I'm not done yet. A phenomenon, not observe a concrete noun.
I told you what the phenomena was. At a distance, the surface will drop. That's the phenomenon. That's the observation.
Is the phenomena.
So at a distance, the surface will drop. If that's your phenomena, then you've given us both cause and effect in the phenomena, which it isn't.
No, I gave you the effect. Now we're looking at the cause.
Okay, let me try a different tact. What is a phenomena or phenomenon?
Anything you can observe.
No, that's incorrect. So, okay. Shoe.
Okay, maybe I have the definition.
Hold on. Anything you can observe. I'm just going to test what you've said. You said anything you can observe. Shoe. So that's a phenomena, is it? I'm observing it right now. It's not a phenomena. It's a shoe.
No, you're looking at an object. I'm looking at a phenomena. Phenomena is shoe sitting on table, not moving. That's a phenomena. Shoe sitting.
That's ridiculous. No, it's not.
No, that's okay. You don't know what a phenomena is.
I do know what a phenomena is.
No, you don't. You've just been asked what a phenomena is, and you've just described
And I told
something that's not doing anything.
Not a shoe.
Sorry,
It's the
shoe
gorge.
sitting on table.
Gorge.
Okay, no worries. In a hypothesis, what's the
You like to
phenomena?
get? Why don't we get into the meat of the? Why don't we get into the meat of the situation here?
Asking a
Let's
question.
talk about.
You
Talk
claim-
about the.
Sorry, mate. Don't
observation
get
of,
triggered. Don't. When we humiliate you because you don't know something, the best tact in this situation
you're asking the
isn't to
definition
just
of
keep
phenomenal.
talking over me when I
Really?
point that out, because that's just not good tact. The best tact is to have a little bit of humility and go, okay, I don't know what a phenomena is, because you've been asked and you haven't described it. But now I'm trying to lead you a different way, which is say, in a hypothesis, which part of it would be the phenomena?
The part that when there is a greater distance, there's more of a drop of the.
No, you misunderstood what I'm asking. Not in your malformed hypothesis. In a hypothesis.
A phenomenon,
Yeah.
a fact, occurrence, a
Yeah.
circumstance.
What is it?
Observed or observed.
A circumstance.
Something that is impressive or extraordinary. A remarkable, exceptional person like yourself, Nathan. Wonder yourself. A prodigy.
Yes, I sometimes would agree that I am a phenomenon. Nevertheless,
Yes,
something
you are.
occurring.
You're certainly a phenomenon.
Something occurring, and in a hypothesis, it's your dependent variable.
Variable.
Right. So it's going to be varying then.
Yes, it will vary.
So let me ask you this. Given that it's varying, if I stack a shoe on a box, what's varying? Nothing, you say? Nothing's happening. Oh, not a variable then! Yes, I'll say it
Hold
again.
on a second.
I'll say it
Hold on,
again.
no. We're
The
talking about
guy
a
with
fact
no
occurring to a
humility.
circumstance.
I'll try, but he doesn't like it because he's been shown to be stupid. You don't know what a phenomenon is.
What's my hypothesis? That the shoe stays in the box.
No, we don't want that from you now, because you've established that you don't know what one is, because it includes that, and you don't know what that is.
Through all this word salad, what are you actually asking me?
We've
What
asked
the
you for
effect
your...
is, what the positive,
I'll
what the
tell
phenomena
you.
is, what
I'll
it-
tell you. We've asked you for scientific evidence of your spinning ball religion, and firmly established very quickly you don't even know what science is.
Really?
Yes.
I told you I did, and I give you examples, and you can dispute it based on.
Yeah,
your,
you were wrong. You were wrong.
You don't know when you don't know. You're dumb, and you just don't know it.
You know, my 4-year-old
Dude,
daughter knows
seriously,
of science.
you were just arguing how a shoe is a phenomenon. How do you know anything? Are you
A
serious?
shoe on a
Shoe
table.
in a box
Shoe
is a
on a
phenomenon.
table.
Yes.
Shoe on a table.
No,
is
it's
a
an
phenomenon.
object on an
Oh
object.
my God. Jesus.
But seeing the occurrence of the shoe in the box.
Nothing is occurring. It's sitting there.
It's occurring,
That's an
is it?
occurrence. Did it have to happen?
No, that is a non-occurrence. Occurrence has to be something happening. The shoe existing is not an occurrence. The mere, Zanuck, the mere existence is not an occurrence.
Correct.
Do you understand that?
I understand that.
Okay, so what you're saying is the mere existence of a shoe on the mere existence of a box is a phenomenon. It's not.
I do. Hold on. Well, I'm a magician, and I'm on stage. I open a box. There's no shoe. I open the box again. There's a shoe in there. That's a phenomenon. I just showed out.
Okay, yes, that's a phenomenon. So now we can just determine how that shoe disappeared.
Not a phenomenon.
So
The disappearance is the phenomenon, because you had a shoe and then you didn't. That's the phenomenon. If you had a shoe, did the magic trick, and there was still a shoe in the box, there's no trick to figure out. Nothing happened.
Okay, sorry.
So great example,
Sorry,
Zanuck.
guys,
Congratulations.
sorry.
You did it again.
I've got to stop you, please,
Go to any box.
please,
Go to any box.
please.
I
Hold
open
on.
the
Come on. Right, no, we were dealing with natural science here. Okay, we're exclusively interested in the physical and natural world. It's a flat earth debate, right? I'm not going to have you telling me that pulling a rabbit out of a hat is a phenomena. No, I'm sorry. We're not going to be studying the cause of that effect. No.
Okay, but at least it's still something happening. So try and get that level of happening in the real world.
I'll grant you at least something's happening, right? At least it could be argued. I'll grant you that.
With distance. Let's go with the angular change with distance on a flat horizon.
Oh, shut up.
If I can
What's just happened, mate, is we've just had a little laugh at your expense because of your dumbness and you not knowing what a phenomena is, having told us that a shoe on a box is one, right? We don't want to hear any more you're a dumb shit. You've proven you're a dumbass. So shut up. Don't keep making your stupid example. You failed miserably and been humiliated. Now we're having a good laugh at you. Let us.
Not a shoe on a box. It's shoe on a table.
What a dumbass. What an idiot. That's not a phenomenon.
It's a shoe on a table. Get it right. It's not a shoe on a box.
He said something about box.
No, it's a shoe on a table.
Yeah, that's not a phenomenon. What an idiot. Guy doesn't know what science is. Yeah, so no scientific evidence. Sorry, Ranty, I'm talking all over you.
Yeah, shoes prove the sphere. That's the one to add to our list.
Do we want to give him another chance?
I think we're done laughing at you now, mate. On you go.
So would the make of the shoe change the distance?
Hold on a second. We're going to give him a second chance. We're off the shoe on the table, okay? So don't ask him any questions about the shoe on the table. I'm going to let him go. Let's see if he has another one. Go ahead.
Okay, so now we have 2 points on this flat surface. You're calling flat, and the angles don't match. The angles actually show that there's a what?
No. Hold on a second. We're on to your second proof. Just wait 1 second. I got to erase the first one.
Oh, my bad.
Let me erase the first one. Just be patient. We're almost there. Okay. We're on to your second scientific evidence. This is your last chance, by the way. Okay. Natural phenomena. Observe, please.
Viewing angle to surface changes with distance.
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
Distances.
Viewing angle.
Would you just let
surface
Zanuck talk?
With distance.
Just
Viewing
let Zanuck
angle
talk. I didn't hear him.
Surface.
My word, people. Zanuck, say it over one more time. Natural phenomena. Observe, please.
For the fourth time. Viewing angle to surface changing with distance.
To surface changing with distance. All right. I thought we just went over how angles are not natural phenomena.
So when you say that something's up, is that not an angle?
He said viewing angle. Viewing.
Yeah,
a viewing angle? But you talking
hold on a second.
Hold
on a second.
Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Just John and Zanuck.
Okay. Viewing angle. Is your eye, does it have a protractor in it? And then when you view something, it gives you an angle?
Of course.
Okay. Now we're off the reservation. So
no, we're not.
Go ahead, guys. Have at it. This is not a natural phenomenon. This is a joke.
If I look straight, stop. If I look straight ahead, I get a zero angle. We can all identify that. The thing I'm looking at is a zero angle.
Zanuck, we don't see angles in the real world.
Zanuck is done
in angles.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying, group. Zanuck is done. He is on mute. Next baller. This is incorrect. Viewing angle to the surface changing with distance. Angle is not a natural phenomenon. This is a joke. He fails. He was given 2 shots. He couldn't even, on the second one, he couldn't get back past the first one. So
roll up to the baller circus. Who's next?
Let's see who we got here.
Because it's impossible. It's a trick question.
What, scientific evidence?
No, but he wasn't.
Hold on. No, I'm not having that.
Not a trick question.
Not a trick question. They tell us all the time they got science.
Yeah, but that's stupid. It's wrong. It can't be right. And we've already stated
that's why it's not a trick question.
Saying it. It is.
Well, they should stop saying it then, shouldn't they, Owen? Oh, we got someone else. Hello. Hold on, Arwin. Someone else is trying to talk. New perspective. How you doing? Hold on, Arwin. New perspective. How you doing?
I put new perspective on mute because he had his watch page open. I'm going to do it again. Let's see if he takes it off. He had his page open. I'm going to do it again. Let's see if he takes it off. He had his page open. I guess not.
Well, no, you didn't give him a chance. He just heard you say it on his feedback. That's what you were hearing, him listening to you say it.
Okay, let's see if he takes it off.
Hello, new perspective.
New perspective, you are on the air.
Wonderful.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hello, new perspective.
Are you real?
Are you a glober or a flatty?
No, man, I'm a globie.
Excellent. What's your scientific evidence for your spinning ball religion?
Oh, my religious?
If you believe in a spinning ball flying through a vacuum of the sky, then yeah, you are religious.
Oh. Is this for real?
Yeah, it is. Welcome to
you have
Flat Earth
debate. This is real. This is actually happening.
Oh man, I wanted to come in on my other.
You are about to get your ass. You better come up with some good stuff.
I wanted to come in on my other account for my first time joining the show, and to act like a baller, and no one would know who I am. But I think Chocolate knows who I am, so it wouldn't really work anyway. What's up, guys?
Good to have you anyway. There must be. You said there was at least 4 ballers on the Discord server, right, John?
Well, we had Zanuck. Let's see. We got server mute. I already unmuted him. What the heck is he doing? Phil Bell. I don't know. I don't know about that gentleman. I think he's a baller. He's off mute. New perspective.
They're too scared.
Nathan Oakley.
There's nowhere to go anymore. They're done.
Wait a second. I think we got. I think we got one.
Head?
Hold on. It's. I got this Nathan Oakley guy. I think it's Oakley Flattard. So I think that's one. He's not saying anything though. Babs. Oh, Babs. I answered your message yesterday. So. Oh, and you answered me. I'll get back to you after the show.
Hold on. Somebody in Discord said something.
Okay.
It might have been me. I was just saying it's over for them. They have nowhere to go.
E.T. phone home.
Presuppose though.
Sanic has a lot of argument for the global Earth.
Who? Zanuck?
Yeah,
well, he already had his 2 shots at it, so we can't, have him take over the show. He had his shot, 2 of them, so I think that's more than fair.
I mean, you can try again tomorrow.
Well, can you let him try with a different thing or something? Just to have a global talk?
I could do that if the chief of the show says so. It's up to him.
I don't run the Discord server. I don't mind what happens.
You want Zanuck to go one more time?
I can go as a glober if you guys like.
No, we've got Zanuck. I tell you what.
Then Jose can play.
I'd like to hear Zanuck.
I think let Arwin at Zanuck. How about that?
Arwin and Zanuck? Just Arwin and Zanuck alone?
I reckon.
Arwin smash.
All right.
Go ahead,
All right, Arwin. I'm going to let him loose in the general population. You ready?
What? Who is
Kill
that?
him all.
Arwin. Okay.
Right. Okay, so I believe in the globe now. Love it.
No, Arwin. Get on the...
Arwin.
What?
Arwin, hold on a
They're
second.
letting
Everyone
you-
shut up.
They're letting you and Zanuck go at each other. Go ahead.
But I'm not hungry.
Oh.
I'm going to let him loose in the general population.
Let him loose.
Zanuck's the guy that thinks that an angle is scientific proof, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, Zanuck, I tried to talk. I didn't know if you'd heard me about this, but I'm pretty sure that falls under geometry on measurement-based deductions, and that can definitely be empirical evidence, though. But when science is concerned, you need more than correlations, which geometry and geometrical deductions fall under. You need actual causational relation. You need the cause. That's what scientific method specifically is about. So geometry is really nice to get a picture of things, but it can't prove things scientifically. And it can't do with the flat earth either. So that's why I say, what is your evidence for flat earth? Well, I base it on geometrical evidence, deductions based on geometry that suggest that it is geometrically flat. And so it's empirical geometry based evidence, but it's not scientific evidence. You got to get that through.
Yeah, math has no part in science, does it? That sounds a little ridiculous. I mean, just
no,
from
it
me,
falls under geometry, just like math. But yeah,
just like math, really? Okay.
But in math, things can be created theoretically that are physically impossible to exist.
So we don't see an angle. So how do we know the Earth is flat? What's your scientific evidence that the Earth is flat?
There is none.
You don't.
There is.
So
no
how do you know it's flat? How do you know it's not round, square, octagonal?
Earth shape falls under geometry.
How do you know the Earth is not a polygon?
You're not listening. It falls under geometry. You can't very manipulate it.
Hey, Zanuck, you ask a question. Don't overtalk him. Shut up until he finishes answering, and then you begin again. Got it?
Tough guy.
So, do you understand?
Of course.
Then why do you hold on to the idea that you have scientific evidence?
I understand what you're saying, but it's not valid because science revolves around math, revolves around geometry. If I want to show...
No, it doesn't. That's not true. Geometry and math are tools.
If I can provide a test
are
to
assistant
you
tools. It's specifically defined as such, not the actual basis of evidence. The basis of evidence, scientific evidence, has to be in the physical world and natural physical world. There's some opinions about that, but I'll go with physical world at least.
Okay,
so
what is flat?
Geometry is math. It's
okay, give me the definition of flat. Define flat for me.
Flat is a geometrical state. It's an aspect.
So but remember, we can't use geometry to prove your point.
The aspect is that there is no curve in it, and then there is only a few options left. It has to be flat in some way. But I'm still not even 100%. Can I please just give me 30 seconds, okay? So I'm not even 100%
Give me the definition of flat without using geometry.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Thanks.
Yeah, he is. I just put him on mute. Go ahead and answer, Arwen.
Thank you. Right. So I'm not even 100% convinced the Earth is perfectly flat. I'm just convinced that it is as good as flat or very flattish. It's just simply not the specific presumed globe size, because that would require a certain level of curvature that is just not empirically measured. It's not there. So whatever it is, it may be perfectly flat or it may be slightly concave, but it would be so minute that it would be almost impossible to visually deduce.
Arwen, do me a favor. Try to be more concise. Arwen, listen to me.
Flat.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, Arwen. Please be more concise. It's you against Zanuck. If he asks you a question, try to be as concise as possible. I'm going to let him off mute.
Okay.
Thank you. So you just gave me more geometric terms. Flat, concave, it's what I observe. I mean, these are all things that talk about geometry, angles, shapes. It's all about geometry. And you can validate these shapes and angles very easily. This is doesn't take anything more than things you can find in your kitchen drawer. I can point to an object, I can measure its angular size, and I can deduce and calculate very accurately how far away it is. If I know something is, if I see something in the object and it has an angular size of 1 degree, and I'm 100 feet away, I know how big it is very easily.
Okay, what's your claim? Hold on a second. Hold on. I want claim support. Be concise. I don't want friggin' stories. Make a claim.
I didn't give you a
support
story. I
it.
just gave you a way to
Shut up.
calculate a street.
Make a claim. Support it. Shut up. The next person goes. Do you two guys got this?
Roger.
Okay.
Roger that.
Okay. So make a claim. Brief support. Be concise as possible, and the next person go. Zanuck, you're first. Go.
So when I go up to 5,000 feet and I look out to the horizon, and the horizon drops a certain degree, a measurable degree, an angle, I can determine how far that horizon is. Can I not?
Well, you can determine how far that appearance of the horizon is in its angular relation to you as your observer. Yes.
Right. So if I'm looking at 50 miles, and I know I can see an object 50 miles away, and I know I'm 5,000 feet high. If I have an angle of 1 degree, I have a flat surface. Would you not agree? If that trigonometry is correct?
Wait, say again?
I'm making a triangle. I'm up 5,000 feet, and I'm viewing an object in the distance at 50 miles, and I've honed in on it with my telescope, and I got a position. I measured the angle of my telescope downward. Can I not determine what the angle should be for that point? I'll answer it quickly. You can just divide the altitude by the distance and take inverse tangent and get an angle very easily. So I got 1 degree.
I don't exactly know what the consequences are even of viewing in very low
Owen,
atmosphere high
sorry,
up. So
Owen.
I have no idea.
Yeah, don't worry where he's leading you. Just say yeah. You can do trig. Yeah.
So I have a 1 degree angle. Now if I measure that angle, if I measure the angle, if I calculate where I should be and where I actually see it to be, and it's more, I have more angle looking down than I should be for a flat triangle. Where did the drop come from? And that's what we see in reality. We go out a distance, we measure it, we see an angle drop, and it doesn't purport to the laws of triangles, of trigonometry, of geometry.
No worries. You've made a claim. Now let's see. Hold on, Owen. Where's your cowbell? Where's your support for your claim?
My cowbell?
Yeah.
I've measured the drop. I've seen a greater angle than should be for a triangle.
Cool.
These angles add up to 180 degrees.
Sorry.
In all 3
Yes,
corners.
I heard what you said, but let's see your support. Now that you've just doubled down and said that you have measured this, have you actually measured this?
Yes, I went to Baldy, found a 5,000 foot area off the road, and looked back to Huntington Beach, saw the pier, measured with my telescope, saw the angle, and so wow, it's 50%, 60% greater than it should be. Why is that?
So angle to the horizon.
No, angle to the pier at Huntington Beach from Mount Baldy.
Cool. Can you show us? Can you present your cowbell?
I could bring back the day. I had some pictures I took, but we're just talking right here. Can we just talk about this? You can tell me I'm full of shit and say, "Oh, I don't believe you. Show me the evidence."
Can I tell you the problem? Can I tell you the problem, Zanuck? And I've told you this before, but you'll forget it. Okay.
Hold on a second.
No.
I got it.
Hold on. No. I want him to formulate in such a way that Arwin can address it. So he's given his claim. We've got to rely on our conceptual idea of what you're claiming. But now you've said you've done this, I'm more than happy to just let you explain it better to Arwin so he can respond.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I kind of lost the track.
Fine. That's what I'm trying to do. Bring clarity to it without the actual photographs.
Are you versed? Oren, are you just so we speak the same language? I mean, I don't want to speak a different language if you're not. If you're speaking Spanish, I'm speaking English. It's not going to work. Do you understand trigonometry? Are you fairly versed? I mean, just at the high school level or 8th grade level?
I'm telling you what. I'm stopping this right now. Zanuck, Provide evidence for your friggin' claim. Do you understand me? You ask him one nonsensical question about his knowledge of trigonometry, I'm going to boot your ass out of here. Claim support. Claim support. Got it?
But can I please just have a conversation with him?
It's not going to happen, but let's try. So I measure the angle that I view the pier at Huntington Beach, which is 50 miles away, and I can zoom in on it and get a pretty good angular, within 10% I can get the angle value. But I notice that it doesn't purport to the angle I should have for that distance and that height. I should be seeing 1 degree, but I'm seeing 1.7 degrees. That's the observation, and that shows
accordance to what?
He's asking you, Zanuck, in accordance with what?
In accordance with the law of triangles.
What?
You like laws. This is the law of triangles.
Oh, right. So, yeah, I get it. I think I get what he's going for. So you're trying to adapt geometry in a visual capacity, but you're overlooking certain effects within optics, mainly something that you can demonstrate toward yourself. We've treated this on this show, and that is that when you're looking over a surface and you as the observer or the camera or whatever is very in close proximity to that surface when you look over it, then a natural concealment will start to occur within sight. And it's not entirely clear how. Limited viewing angle, resolution issue, Aries disk, but it is demonstrably there over a flat surface. So it should be taken into account at all time, no matter the geometry you presuppose you are on. When optics are concerned, this effect will happen if you are in close proximity to looking over something, past something.
I understand. I'm not over anything flat. I'm not over any surface. I'm looking strictly through air down at an angle. The surface is below me by quite distance. So the proximity is at a great distance over the entire way. Now there could be factors, atmospheric lensing, or refraction.
Owen, hold on. I want to keep the show going, but again, we do want to keep it reasonably concise. But you've got to let him explain.
So there could be refraction. There could be atmospheric lensing. All sorts of things. These are factors that are actually measurable. Actually, there's just charts for this kind of distortion, and those factors are of minute impact to the overall result of the test. Because of the fact, and you can give me any number you want, you think that they are, but I'm seeing a 60% change in angular change when these factors might only be less than 1% or 2. Even if they're 10%, we're talking about an order of magnitude different.
I'm pretty sure that if you're going to use geometry for triangulation on the Earth, that you're not going to be applying all the optic factors, because not all the optic factors are completely understood. It's very complex. So I doubt that you are adapting your trigonometry to actual optics effects.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
You're assuming.
So what effect?
Hold on. Owen's just assume that. Let's not let that slide. I'll rephrase what Owen said as a question. Are you factoring in all of the different conditional effects and atmospheric effects and everything to do with your optics? Is everything being factored in?
Absolutely. Because I've done this. Well, we can get into detail of like the test and how I've repeated it. But yes, and we can do things on different days, different altitudes, different densities, temperatures, pressures, humidity, etc. But we don't have to, because we know the effects, and the effects are well.
Sorry, you've misunderstood. Not have you done them in different conditions. Have you accounted for those conditions that you measured very accurately when you were doing it?
Correct.
And factored them into the maths?
Correct.
You have.
Those effects are less than 10%, far less than 10%. So I throw that 10%.
Hold on, I'm still not quite clear. 10%. You're saying, hold on, you're saying less than 10%. Is that so that you're saying I don't need to factor them in, or I factored in slightly less than 10% in regards to what? And what have you factored in?
I factored in that there could be a change. There would be a change of less than 1%, but I'm factoring in 10%. I'm still almost an order of magnitude greater than that as far as angle change.
So you're just doing an estimate?
Why
No,
10% and not 20 or 30 or 40?
Because refraction and diffraction and all the atmospheric lensing cannot affect the line of sight by 50% or 40% or 30%. We're talking about fractions of, usually less than a percent.
Okay, I would like to go to the conclusion now of this conversation. That is, from what I get, he is making an estimate over what it should be, and that estimate didn't actually match with the observation. So he's just doing wet finger work and then complaining that's not worked out. This is ridiculous.
Hold on, I've not estimated what it should be. I gave you an exact value what it should be. What I've observed is different by 60%. So you're saying that all these
you know what? I'm stopping. I'm stopping this. I'm stopping you right now, Zanuck. Listen, this is droned on. I mean, I wanted. I was losing the will to live. What you need to do next time the show comes on Monday or Tuesday, you need to have this as a presentation, right? So you provide your evidence of your little telescopic view. You have all the angles. We need to see it. Not a hypothetical situation. We need to see it. And then you can then we can start over, because I'm sorry, I'm ending this nonsense. It's just babble.
And with that, I'll say, if you are watching this in the Nathan Oakley live stream, then unfortunately this is where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who did tune in. If you're watching this on the Nathan Oakley 1980 premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. A massive thank you to all of today's debating panel for making this live show possible. If you need to keep yourself occupied after the live stream is over, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley. Stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley 1980. I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
What happens when we see?
That was good.
Oh, I thought you meant he was good.
Yeah, he won't admit it. Arwen said it. Arwen said it. He hand waved and dismissed it. Like, we do not see in geometrical shapes. Sorry, man. We don't. Zanuck, we cannot apply geometric shapes to vision.
He was trying to calculate something, but he was trying to basically apply, trigonometry to optical effects with a certain presupposition, and it's just so over the place.
Like, where does this 10%? Where's that 10% come from? How do you quantify that atmospheric conditions only account? And at 1,000 feet, do they account for 10%? What about at 5,000 feet of distance? Wouldn't more atmosphere account for more visual effects? Like, he doesn't account for any of this.
You got it backwards. So as you go up, you have less atmosphere.
Can I just add one thing?
And
you're looking down, though.
Yes, you are. But you're going. Yes, you're looking down. Exactly. You're looking down.
Again, something you didn't consider.
Hold on. Hold on.
I just want to add one thing. It's obviously been sort of ignored. The reason John drew it to a close is because we are now conceptually arguing against his claim, not against his data and his presentation that he's shown us about his data and how he compiled the data, or even the data itself. I've seen no photograph, I've seen nothing, which is fair enough. If he's got it, I mean, kudos, but we can't really berate him solely on the claim and how we've conceptualized it based on a description. Hopefully he'll go away and actually come up with something fruitful, and that'll be much more worthwhile.
Maybe, but it was still just only geometry-based evidence anyway, so just,
Yes, I'm using geometry as evidence.
But we don't see in geometry.
We don't see in geometry? You said
no, we don't. We do not see. Geometry does not account for visual effects like perspective and atmospheric effects and lensing effects of water in the air. It doesn't account for any of those. That's why you don't use geometry to figure out visual effects.
You actually absolutely do, because the picture I'm showing on Discord, you can see it there, shows an MRAD scale of how big a mountain is in the distance at a known distance to it. And by that angular size...
Okay, what if there was 100% fog? How big would it be?
Hold on. He was just giving support. Go ahead, Zanuck.
if there's 100, if you have your eyes closed, you can't see it.
No.
Correct.
What was this? What did you say? I hate this. I don't know what to do. So you've put something in Discord. Great, we're getting somewhere. What have you put? What have you put in? How can I get to it? Or John, can you bring up the thing?
Go right to the picture on Discord. I'm showing, and this is from Jay Tollin's video of his view of near Mount Baldy, near Palm Springs, one of the largest mountains in Los Angeles, and it's 11,000 feet high, and it's in the distance. And he has used infrared photography to cut through any kind of the haze and fog that might be in the way there. But yeah, there can be visual impediments to the object. It could be distortion as well, and then refraction, fog, there could be particulate, all sorts of things. Those are things that are accounted for visually when you're looking at things, and that's usually a fraction of the angles that we're seeing change here. And you can use
Nathan,
angles to determine
I posted
the
that
size.
picture in the Skype if you want to present.
It's on. I'm screen sharing. It's on.
Yeah, I've got it on for
Oh,
the
my bad,
audience,
my bad.
so yeah,
Alright,
the
my
audience can see. Cool. Okay, so
Okay, but the problem is, Danik,
I
the
don't
problem is
understand
you
the
have
claim
this
now.
picture.
Hold on a
Okay.
second, right the hand.
Hold on. So what's your claim then? So we've got something on screen. What's your claim?
So this is kind of an extension. This is the advanced versions, the next grade level above my example of the 5,000 foot peak looking at Huntington Pier on the surface of the water. Now we're looking at something close to the surface of the water. In the distance, we have a mountain, a known height, 11,000 feet. We call it 10,000 feet just for sake of argument. And we have buildings in the foreground there that are basically 20 miles away. And if we look at the MRAD scale on the right-hand side, if you know what MRADs are, 20 MRADs would be 1 degree. And so we're looking at this mountain having a total height of, or an angular size of a half a degree. Well, if you take a half a degree and you try to figure out how big that mountain should be, how much should be seen in the distance, you'll take the 10,000 feet, you'll divide that by the distance to the 123 miles, and you'll get an angle. We should see 1 degree. We should see 20 MRADs, 20 milliradians. We're seeing 10 milliradians. Where's the other 10 milliradians? Hidden.
I don't understand. I'm just going. Sorry to interrupt. Should see. What do you mean we should see?
If you use basic trigonometry, an 11,000 foot mountain in the distance of 123 miles, you should see 1 degree of it. 1 degree should be the angular size of that particular mountain. 1 degree, which is 20 MRADs, milliradians. The scale's right there. You can see the mountain's only 10 MRADs high.
Even if I just agree offhand, so what?
Pardon me?
So, yeah. Okay. So what?
Yeah. So 10 millirads are hidden. There's 5,000 feet of that mountain that's missing.
What do you mean hidden?
Where did it go? It's below these foreground houses and buildings. And I can back up the proof or back up the evidence. So by looking at one of those buildings, say that big looks like a hotel there, and it's 20 miles away. Say that's 200 feet high. Go measure it. If I measure that's 200 feet high, that's going to be 0.1 degree of angular size.
I understand what's happening. Stop. You're conflating terms. So
I'm
you're
not
talking
conflating
in
terms.
Really?
If I am, tell me.
You just gave me in feet and inches.
Give you in feet and inches of what?
The buildings. You just gave me a feet and inches value.
Give you a feet of the building, 200 feet, and the mountain is 11,000 feet.
Right. But in terms of their angular size, that's going to be based on their distance. Whereas you seem to have one scale going. Yeah. You seem to have one scale
20
going.
20
just
miles
Nathan
to the building.
and Zanuck, please.
Just got one scale though, so obviously the angular size is going to vary depending on the distance. The mountain's further away.
Yes, correct.
Well, then you can't compare them all on the same scale, can you?
I absolutely can. That's what's great about angular size. See the building that's down there at the bottom of the water there? That's 200-foot building. If that's 20 miles away, it has an angular size of 0.1 degree, which is a couple MRAD. Okay? So the 0.1 degree, I should see 1 degree. I'm only seeing half a degree of that mountain, the angular size. The building in the foreground is closer, so it is 0.1 degree, but it's only 20 miles. So if I move that building over to that mountain, you can see that it takes up about 10% of the building. Well, the other 80% or the other 40% of the building's missing. Why is that?
Okay, what's the cause of that?
Concealment.
The cause? The cause is because the Earth is curved. Or there's some type of...
Okay, well, that sounds like scientific evidence, correct?
It is scientific. I have an observation, and I'm backing it up with evidence.
Okay, natural phenomena observed?
Earth curve.
You're observing Earth curve?
You're observing missing mountain.
Okay,
Angle. Sorry.
Missing,
Angle change.
okay.
Angle change of observation. Can
you
surface.
give me some? Oh my God.
Angle change of surface, like I said before.
Angle. The angle change of surface, like you said before. How did the last one turn out?
Well, we started defining whether what a phenomenon was, and you didn't like my response, so you muted me. Which you did.
No, it's not that I didn't like your response.
Hold on, John. I've got to do it to you now. Just draw a quick close. Angles aren't natural phenomena.
You really? So the Earth is flat is not a natural phenomena.
No.
Flat is an angle.
No, it's not. We went through this on the last.
Hold
on. Why are we doing this, man? We've already established this guy doesn't know what a phenomenon is.
We just talked about this
He's
for
just
half
giving
an
us
hour.
again.
Didn't you
He's
hear a
failed
word I
miserably,
said?
Arwin. He's failed miserably. He said it starts with the word angle.
Nathan, you know I got to get this picture. This picture is important. Why can't we talk about the picture?
We are. You said it was scientific evidence.
You talked about you can't determine size by angular size. You wanted to know the distance. I was giving you all the information as you asked questions, and now you don't like the answer, so you want to mute me or just toss me aside. This is actually good evidence here. This is evidence that half the mountain's missing and is due to
We haven't
earthquake.
muted you. Now shut up. This is a cause and effect relationship, right? What is your natural phenomenon observed? I'm going to write it down. Go ahead.
Half mountain missing over distance. Half mountain missing over distance. I'm trying to formulate it.
What the hell? I like how you're laughing too, because you know it's hilarious.
No, because you're calling me out on like something silly. Okay.
Yeah, no shit.
Half mountain missing over distance.
Okay. What's the cause or your independent variable of half mountain missing over distance?
The distance to the mountain.
No, you didn't say that. You said Earth curve.
The Earth curve is the cause.
That's right. That's your independent variable, Earth curve. Okay, the Earth curve causes...
But hold on.
Half
I've
mountain
just got a
missing
problem
over
still,
distance.
John. I'm really sorry to talk over you.
Go ahead.
Originally, you said distance.
Distance is an independent variable.
So...
no, it's not.
In this case, it is, actually, because if you vary the distance, you'll change
actually,
the...
it's not. It's not in any case.
So how are you going to manipulate your curve?
By changing the distance.
Your alternative hypothesis is Earth curve causes half mountain missing over distance. That's your hypothesis.
So one way to look at it, or say it, yes.
Okay. So to be a viable independent variable, it must satisfy 3 criterion. Number 1, it's your presumed cause. Number 2, the researcher must be able to vary and manipulate it. We can stop right there. So you have to vary and manipulate Earth curve. Can you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you can. How are you going to do that?
Who's laughing?
You can vary and manipulate the Earth curvature?
No, you can vary manipulate the distance to the object.
No, that's not
true. Then the distance
you can
will
stop
be
right there. Stop. Your independent variable is not distance here. It's Earth curve. Now, Earth curve is what you're attempting to prove. So this is overall begging the question, and you can't manipulate Earth curve. So
That's like trying to prove gravity with mass.
This is not a viable hypothesis or independent variable.
Yeah,
Try
you can
again.
prove gravity with mass.
No,
oh my
it's
God.
not segue. It's not segue. So, just I want to highlight, John, if it's good by you, the significance of what's happened. So it doesn't matter if it's something in the stars or something on the ground. They take an observation, and then, based on what they say, a just so story, they make a declaration of a cause. Now, that's why it's so important to tie down whether or not they've actually got a cause and effect relationship established, because they're invoking cause when they say the cause is Earth curve, which is precisely what the end of that would have been. The conclusion to my observation and just so story is Earth curve, when in reality there's a specific method that can adjudicate cause and effect relationships. And as was swiftly, and that was pretty damn efficient by Quantum Eraser, we've got to the end of this little charade. A claim of scientific evidence of Earth curve. Actually, an observation and just so story with a conclusion that invoked a cause. Now that's how simple it is when you come to these things. Pulling apart the just so story can take a long time. As long as they've got their claim made, you can pull it apart in, 2-3 minutes?
Nathan, where did the bottom of the mountain go?
What's your idea? Who gives a shit? You said it was scientific evidence.
It is scientific evidence. It's an observation.
Then you should be telling us what made it disappear.
So let me just make that. I'll reiterate it again. So the problem we've got at the moment, the reason we've all been deceived into believing we live on a spinning sphere, is simple. People who say they've got science, meaning proof, that's what he means. He wants this photograph to be proof of Earth curve. That's essentially what he's asserting. And to, grease the skids of his claim, he said that this is scientific because it's got a few numbers and a scale. Yeah. But ultimately, all that's happened here is we've got an observation and a just so story with a claim of science. It's not proof of anything, because you can't isolate the cause. Now in science, the cause is your independent variable. Now in reality, there's a multitude of variables that can account for all sorts of different things that take place in this optical representation of reality. Now we haven't had the actual support to see what's been accounted for with the numbers. We haven't had the opportunity to dig through the mathematics. We've got a claim with a photo and some numbers, and we have to accept it without being able to really truly scrutinise what we're actually looking at. But ultimately speaking, it does not establish the cause that will be claimed at the end of the assertion, that cause being Earth curve. So, we put it through the yardstick of science because we're talking about, according to the fundies, natural phenomena. No, we've just got a concrete noun, but they want to take a concrete noun, just an observation of something not occurring, to be science-worthy, and it isn't. And even if you entertain the idea and put it through the method, it's an absolute joke. It doesn't have a cause that you can vary, Earth curve. So these essentially are just the same as the pseudo-scientists who declare what our world is in regards to the sky. They make an observation, they make a little story up, they might tell you they've done a few calculations based on spectroscopy, and then they tell you what your world is at the end of it, a conclusion. Well, that's what he's done with a photograph. Now, could we spend eternity pulling apart the mathematics of it? Well, we could, but they're ultimately invoking a cause, aren't they? Earth curve. And you can just cut the legs off that pretty quickly, as John has done. He's made his example without really that much cowbell. We've entertained it, and it all comes down to an assertion of cause. Earth curve caused whatever he wants to claim is happening in that picture, based on a few numbers.
Based on numbers, angles, details. Don't confuse me with the facts. My mind's made up. My mind
doesn't matter. It's not scientific evidence. This is not a viable independent variable, not a viable dependent variable.
Absolutely scientific.
The null hypothesis. Let me shut you up.
Zanek, you just type, you can vary Earth curvature by changing your observation distance. Do you realize that you are just begging the question right there?
Let me go ahead and summarize it. This half mile missing over distance. I'll tell you what, I guess we can take that. It's weak. However, the independent variable is not viable, making his alternative hypothesis a train wreck. It's begging the question because Earth curve is what he's attempting to prove. An easy way to do this is to put it into the null hypothesis and see if it makes sense. So his null hypothesis is Earth curve does not cause half a mountain missing over distance. This is grammatically a train wreck. So let alone it's just grammatically a train wreck. I mean, in reality, this doesn't even make sense. This is the third time Zanuck tricks are for kids. So you're done.
What's his null again? Wait, what was his null? If not distance, then it won't be disappeared.
No, it's Earth curve does not cause half mountain missing over distance.
Okay.
So that's it. That's his third one. So he's done. Do you want me to let him out in the general population again, or can we move on?
I don't know. He's not done anything bad enough to be stuck in the woodshed.
No, I'm not putting him in the woodshed. We got the virus guy back. Mr. Horizon and horizontal are not the same thing.
Cool.
Oh, tile work. Yay.
Yeah, the tile work guy. He's back.
It's all straight lines are all R based. All of them. No straight line.
So go
on
ahead,
the globe.
virus. Virus, lost 1, this is lost 3. Are you lost 2 over? Lost 1, this is lost 3. Are you lost 2 over?
That's a good copy. He is lost. Copy.
All right. Let's see who else we got. Righteous Force. So we got a lot of people in here that are off mute and they haven't said a word. Okay, we got Ryan Eartherton.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, are you a Glober or are you a Flatty?
Flat Earther.
All
right, you're going back on mute. No, no, I'm just kidding.
What's up, Ryan?
No, I'm here. I'm Flat Earther.
Okay,
Bro, like
hold on 1 second.
Waiting for like a cat.
What about Bino? What about Bino?
Yeah, I just took him off mute. Bino. Lost 1, this is lost 3. Are you lost 2 over?
Yo, how you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? Are you a Glober or are you a Flatty?
Flat Earth, 100%. There is no curvature whatsoever.
All right, you're going on mute. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, one more attempt. Is there any? We'll give it one more attempt, and then if not, I'll round out this after show.
All right, virus. Lost 1, this is lost 3. Are you lost 2 over? Last call to station. Lost 1, this is lost 3. Are you lost 2 over?
Calling all globe heads.
I think the amoeba got him.
Bearing in mind, right, I just want to point out to the audience that 99% of the Western world believe they live on a spinning sphere. And yet... Seriously, globe heads?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, there's no globe heads coming forward on the end of this show, I'm afraid. That's going to be where we round out. So with that, I will say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who tuned in on the Nathan Oakley 1980 premiering stream for smashing the super chat, hopefully liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!